Hello everyone and welcome back to another Cut It Out Monday. So for today's Halloween project, we're going to be making tombstones. This is another Make It Now project, and this is actually the skull tombstone. All I did was remove the skull and used font, obviously. It's one of the computer fonts off of my computer, so I don't remember which one it is. I attached the font to one of the pieces so that it would say, "Here lies me." I'm going to be making 3 more of these. This project is actually supposed to be one thick piece. So you get all of these pieces. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So you get all of these pieces. Obviously, you want the inserts out. And you're supposed to stack them on top of each other so you get a really thick layers. So this is one layer, the gray is one layer, the green is another layer, and then you layer them on top of each other. And then you stick the skull. So I think, after reading the instructions, I think it's so that it'll stand on its own or be sturdier. But I really kind of like the idea of making a tombstone for each one of my family members. So that's what I did. So I obviously forgot to pull this one out, pull these pieces out. So I'm going to do that real quick and I will be right back. Okay, so I've got all my pieces here. What I do also really like about this is that when it cuts out the inside, you end up getting the centerpieces here and they look like little tickets. So that is going to be fun to hold on to. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them yet, but I am going to definitely hold on to those. I think that's really cool. So as you can see here, I have all my pieces. I'm going to move mine aside. Okay. You do want to have pretty weighty cardstock. It doesn't have to be super heavy. I mean, the green out of my batch is the flimsiest of the cardstocks. It's the thinnest, but once you get all the layers on there, it holds up pretty nice. And then I just made a little square so that it'll stand up on its own. I did color in the letters on mine. I am not going to be doing that during the video for the others because I'm still not 100% sure I like it. I mean, it looks nice. I don't know if you can. There you go. I mean, it looks nice. It looks more complete, but I'm not 100% sold on it. So if I decide to do that, that will be done off camera because I think it's going to be one of those I need to walk away and come back to it. And most likely I'll end up doing it because my OCD will get the best of me, but you know, I did it with mine and that's okay. So what I first want to do is I'm actually going to kind of trim up this. My paper is a little rough around the edges, and I find that if I just stack them together, I can kind of trim off any of the fuzz that ends up happening. And it's just certain paper. Sometimes it's the cheaper paper, sometimes it's just, you know, the speed or the setting that I have my Cricut set to. It doesn't always happen. I would say the only one that it happens to constantly would be the really, really thick stuff. You know, like I didn't put in my deep blade, so, you know, I have to deal with that. And all this is just from pulling away from the paper, like it cut through, but not quite cut through, if that makes sense. There we go. I don't mind it looking a little raggedy because it's a tombstone and I don't necessarily want it 100% perfect. So we're going to take our back piece and we're going to take our front piece here. Sorry, I have my window open to kind of let in a little bit of fresh air before I close up the house for the cold weather. So the garbage man is going by. So I'm just going to put glue everywhere on the black piece, and doing it this way, obviously, it saves you time and energy from trying to get the glue exactly, oops, little bubble, exactly where it needs to be on the gray piece. Although doing this on a black mat can be a bit challenging. Just can't always see. Oops. And there. Okay, and the nice thing is this gray piece lines up just directly behind it. So no center placement. So we'll do this one for you, and then I will go off camera and finish up the rest. So I just like to hold my fingers in one spot and then kind of position the rest of it accordingly, and then we'll just press down. I did center up the letters as best I could. I obviously couldn't do the center feature because I want it centered in this window, but it was centering it to the whole thing. So I just lined it up as best I could. Okay. So actually, we're not even going to go off camera. Let's see if I can keep this under 20 minutes and get them all done. That will be my challenge for the day. Can she do it? Can she get them all done and have the video under 20 minutes? I usually I usually try for shorter videos, just because I enjoy watching long videos, you know, especially depending on what it's about. But sometimes I know that they can be a bit tedious. That's not right. That's not the word I'm looking for. What word am I looking for? I don't know. I don't know. So I try not to make them super, super long if I can avoid it. Okay. So press that one in place. So I've just made one for myself, my kids, and my husband. I'm not sure where I'm going to put them yet, but well, of course my kids will, you know, want them. And I don't think it really matters which way they go. It's nice. I did not take that into consideration. So anytime you do, if you're new to Cricut machines, anytime you do something, you usually want to do a test put together, especially if you're doing characters, just because you know, sometimes you do end up with that piece that's, you know, looks like it'll go in either direction, and then you realize, oh crap, it doesn't. I still do that. There are still times that I will put something together and I'm like, why isn't this fitting? Oh, because I have it in backwards. Great. So you want to just, you know, dry test, just put it together, no glue. That will also ensure that you have all of the pieces and they all go in the right spot. I should have done that with this, but I didn't realize until now that I hadn't. So, the glue off my table. Okay, so now we have them all done, and we're just going to center this into this. I think I used too bright of a green. I think this would look nice if you use kind of maybe a duller green, but I don't have any other green. And there goes my phone. I seem to be popular today. So for this one, I'm going to turn it sideways so I can center the whole thing. It just makes it easier, and then press it down. And in this case, we just press it from behind. And there's one. I'll set that aside. Oop, I'm only 10 minutes in. Yay! I'm running out of glue again still. Like, there's still some in there, but I'm on a kind of a no spend. So I'm trying really hard not to, although I think hubby would be okay if I just go and get some. But I think I have an extra thing of glue I have to find. I rearranged my room and I can't, like, obviously, way long ago. But I'm still, like, looking for things. Like, I put this somewhere and I now can't find it, and yet I put it someplace that I knew where it would be, but I moved that location, or I moved the box or whatever it was in, so of course I forgot, and so on and so forth. Just, you know, that kind of thing, you know. Although, lately, if my head was not attached, it'd probably be better. I just have been so brain fried. I don't know why. I'm not pregnant. Just, you know, want to put that out there, because I know a lot of people like, oh, you know, well, it's pregnancy brain, or, you know, maybe you're pregnant and your brain's just, I'm not, you know, I'm not. I'm very scatterbrained. I'm not super, like, stressed out about anything, or, I mean, I am with normal life stuff, but I mean, nothing that's, you know, would cause me to be scatterbrained, but I seem to be. No one has asked, by the way, if I'm pregnant or anything like that. I want to put it out there, because I know, I had a few friends at one point that they were just super scatterbrained, and their friends were like, oh, well, maybe you're pregnant, and they weren't, but, you know, I mean, obviously, that is kind of one of the things that come with the territory of being pregnant. So, I want to put that out there, I guess. I don't know why. There's always wishful thinking, except we're done having children. Okay, so I did test out with mine. This was not going to hold it standing up. It made it too heavy. So if I put this on a bit of an angle, I know you guys can't see that. Let's see. So if I put it where it's at a bit of an angle, this will sit back and will sit on it. So that's what I did here. So see, it's not all the way to the bottom. It's up a little higher, so that way, instead of it standing up straight, see, I can easily slide this under, as opposed to if it's down there flat, I'm obviously not sliding it. So it'll lean back onto it and hold it up. So we're going to use some red line tape to attach these, and I'm not going to attach it at the seam because I don't want that to fall apart, and I'm almost done with this little roll. Yay, yay, yay. I like red line tape. I think it's fantastic. I just don't like the plastic protective layer thing, because it just, I mean, I've put I've used my powder tool, put it on my hands. I've you know, used tweezers. This stuff just sticks to everything. It's just so staticky. Like, I can't even tell you. It drives me absolutely bananas that it sticks to everything. See, I've tried, you know, like, I've used my scissors. I mean, it's not even, it's not sticky scissors. They're not sticky by any means. Drives me nuts. Drives me nuts. Okay. Now that where'd it go? There it is. Okay, so like I said, we're just going to put this at a bit of an angle. I like to sand it up this way and do the angle that way. That way I can get it right where I want. I know that this is, I forgot to give you guys some measurements. Oh, let me see. These are just over 5 inches wide by 10 inches tall, right? Yeah. Oh, there goes the garbage man. I'm going to pause this and wait till he goes by. Okay, he went by, but I also had to close the window because a breeze came in here, and holy cow, super chilly now. So cold. Okay, so you want to center this as best as you can, and it's hard to do, But I just lined it up and then centered-ish it. And then I'm just going to tilt this piece back. And this also gives you kind of, you can decide how far back you want your piece to lean. And then I just press it down. So I think I have these leaning up. Yeah, they're about the same back. So we're just going to do that to the rest of them. Ooh, there's flying stuff. Oh. Rid of that. Done. So again, I'm just going to kind of eyeball it center, tilt it up a bit, press it down. These don't have to all line up perfectly, but you know, OCD and life, not life, get off my fingers. Oh God, just really don't like those things. Keep trying to do it sideways. I do want them to be even so that way it'll support it. This one I think is a little off center, but that way it doesn't end up leaning like to one side. So I'm going to set them all out here standing up so you can see them all standing. Isn't that so cute? That'll be so fun. So here is our project for today. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I may or may not color them, like I said, but like I said, I'm gonna walk away. I'm gonna have me some lunch, and then I'm gonna come back to them. But thank you guys so much for joining me. Have a wonderful weekend, and look at that, under 20 minutes, video-wise. Thanks for joining me. Bye.